Smoking stinks. Literally. It's an unhealthy, gross, ignorant habit that most of us who partake in wish we never had. Worse still, even if you're not a smoker and you're around smokers, you wind up smelling like an ashtray yourself. I'm old enough to remember having worked in places where smoking indoors was the norm, and I remember how nasty it was, even though I'm a smoker myself. That being said, government smoking bans are unconstitutional and lead us down a slippery slope towards losing our own freedoms, whether we choose to smoke or not. First, let me point out the problem as clearly as possible. Government instituting smoking bans have no constitutional basis, and according to the Cato Institute are based on faulty arguments and debatable science. Bans of this nature always start with the best of intentions, mitigating costs, discouraging bad behavior, and promoting public health. In practice, though, they are a massive overstep of government authority. Business owners have been forced to close down due to smoking bans and the loss of business, causing a loss of revenue and a loss of jobs for the communities that are affected. According to clearingtheair.com, over 2,000 jobs were lost in Minneapolis during the first 12 months of their smoking bans. Increased government interference in private business practices endangers all of our freedoms and leads to more dependence on the government to provide solutions for problems that are better left to the private sector. According to Thomas Lambert, a law professor at the University of Missouri, the attempt to shape preferences by limiting individual rights is an outrageous overstep by the government. Now, there are ways to solve the problems created by these quasi-legal smoking bans that don't require active legislation. Use a laissez-faire approach and allow business owners to decide for themselves what smoking policies they wish to adopt. Freedom to choose plays a vital role in the marketplace, both for the business owners and for consumers alike. And allowing marketplace decisions to choose winners and losers rather than allowing the government to make those decisions is always preferable. The way it works is simple. If a business chooses to allow smoking and enough people are put off by this, the business will suffer, people will stop going, and they will have to either close or change. If a company decides they don't want to allow smoking, they face the same risk, only in reverse. Either way, the marketplace will demand a balance over time. And the best part is, it's a zero-cost policy. People get the choices they wish without having to pay a higher tax for the privilege. The facts don't lie, but there are more to the solution than pretty words. Election season is upon us, and I would urge each and every one of you to vote against these types of these government oversteps. Write letters. Contact your city councilmen, your state representatives, your congressmen, your senators. Let them know that you value choice over regulation. Once liberty is lost, it is rarely recovered. Smoking bans instituted by the government are unconstitutional and ineffective drains on our economy and a black hole that suck up our tax dollars. The basis of our economy is a free market system, and that system, without fail, will provide the solutions to the problems that we face, if we let it. The premise is simple. If an idea is good and people like it, that idea will prosper. If an idea is bad and people don't like it, the idea will either fail or change. I implore you all to go out and write your letters, vote, support the businesses that are fighting these bad laws. I understand that it's very easy for all of us to sit back and say, well, this kind of law only affects smokers and they should quit anyway. But the freedoms that we allow to be taken from others today may lead to our own freedoms being taken tomorrow.